Hey guys, welcome to Raja Makes Money. How are all my money makers doing today? If it's your first time joining us, make sure you click on that subscribe button on YouTube or the follow button on Facebook so you don't miss any of the excitement. But hey, let's get into the markets today. So a great day in the markets. Markets were up strong. The Dow was up a lot, all-time highs almost. NASDAQ, skyrocketing. Unfortunately, we did not have any of the Dow or NASDAQ stocks really in play. So pretty much every stock in our portfolio today was in bad shape. And just like I said yesterday, I knew I should have got out of some more. Thank God I took some stuff off the table. And then this morning, when it started tumbling on what we saw last night, I said, maybe a little bounce back. It's, wasn't too bad yet, but it was just a bloodbath. It came in hard, and I just said, you know what? I got to look at the accounts, my account size, make some decisions. We want to make money. We're still up over 10% this year, and we want to continue making money, and we have something that works. So we wanted to, I said, you know what? We're going to make some changes. We got to get back to our roots and make money because that's what this is about. It's not about making friends. It's not about making enemies. It's about making money. We don't care how we make it as long as we do it legally in the markets and we pick the right stock. So I got back to my roots on Apple, and I think it's going to be okay. I was actually expecting Apple. So Google after hours came out with amazing numbers. They skyrocketed. I thought Apple would have, benefited from that. And unfortunately, it's pennies. It was down a little bit. But I still think Apple is going to hit an all-time high this month. And I think if the market continues to rally, Apple's going to pick up some steam, especially as people start to get out of these, meme stocks. And, now that disasters occurred. And you could see, we may see GameStop pop back up here or there. But I can tell you right now, these market makers, they know how to manipulate the entire market between whether you can only buy one share of stock, you can buy 4 shares, 8 shares. Today it's 100 shares. Tomorrow's going to be unlimited because they got every dollar back from shorting these stocks that they lost. And it's going to be interesting, especially on these publicly traded hedge funds. They'll be interested from being down 30%. It's going to be interesting if all of a sudden, they're up 30% or even because, it's just, you talk about the manipulation and the margin changes and margin requirements and this place is not letting you buy the stock. They basically did everything in their powers to screw the little guy over. And you know what? Unfortunately, they won. It's going to be a while before the little guy, maybe he could pick one random stock and do it again. But these guys, they know what to do. And, unfortunately, they have all the trading platforms behind them in making these choices. So let's hop into it. So today, down $574,000. So our $387,000 gain yesterday is wiped out, plus 190 grand. So we're now down for the week 190,000. So we have our work cut out for us to get it back. But like I said, the good news is we're still up for the year over 12%. So you know what? You can't cry about one bad day. And like I said, when I run my account, I'm going to explain some stuff to you guys. I run it as a whole. I look at the total value and where it's going. And as long as we're making money month after month, we have a goal. We're going to hit that goal. We're going to end this year with 15, 20, $25 million. I have confidence in myself. But, sometimes you get distracted and there is opportunities, maybe we would have got lucky and we had 10,000 shares of, GameStop and it ran to 400 and we sold it and made millions. Maybe when I tried to short it 50 times today, and yesterday they would have gave me some shares, but magically there was none available, but this thing just kept tanking. So somebody had some, but unfortunately it wasn't us. Well, it wasn't me, I should say. But so let's take a look. So down $574,000 today, pretty much across the board, everything except for NW Biotherapeutics was down. A couple of the ones that we sold out yesterday are down more. Express, getting pounded. They're down a little bit more in after hours, not much. It'll be interesting. You could see these bounce up $1 or $2, but I just said, you know what? Let's get out of it. Cut our losses. Sometimes you have to swallow your pride. Kind of, if you guys remember in December, before we launched the channel, what we did with Pfizer, we just had to get out. Sometimes you just have to cut your loss and move on. So we cutted our losses. So basically all we did today was close Express, the shares that we had outstanding, took the loss, closed all our options on BlackBerry, closed all our options on Express that we had open, and then we wrote contracts on Apple. Now, a lot of people have been asking me, Raja, why did you write the 139s? The 132s make a lot of sense. Why did you write the 139s? So what I did here is I looked at it. And so one thing, now that the volatility and the premiums are all out of these stocks, the money on the options is not as great. And I don't think we're going to see a lot of volatility or the VIX, skyrocket. I mean, anything's possible, but I think we're in a pretty, so from trading in the markets and how we were going, we have really good earnings. We have in all honesty, we have a change in the Oval Office. We have a person who we really don't hear from any longer, or if we do hear from them, it's stuff that really doesn't affect the markets. So where Trump every day, we didn't really know what was he going to say next that could affect the markets, or who he was going to block, or who he was going to do something against, or change something randomly. We now have actually more, I think more stability in knowing we're not going to have a bunch of rash decisions that could really heavily affect the markets. So I think the markets are actually posed to keep going up, especially with Google's earnings. And I thought Google was going to blow it out, have great, and they skyrocketed 7% here in after hours. If you haven't seen it yet, they had a blowout earnings, just a huge rally. Unlike I said, Apple had the blowout and didn't go up. So it's interesting when you look at the chart, Google had actually been higher, pulled back a little bit before earnings, and now skyrocketed to an all new high. So it's kind of like the opposite of Apple. And I think Apple is just, Apple goes in these spurts. I think there's a lot of support right here, and it's going to take off. So the real question is, let me just show you the trades really quick that we did today. So just so you have the trades, we bought back those 75,000 or sold those 75,000 shares of Express, $3.40, got out of that. Sold the puts to open on Apple at 500 of them at 73 cents or so. Then we did another 500 at 81 cents. And then we did the Apple, these ones, the 139s, sold at 435. And I'm going to explain why I did this because a lot of you guys are wondering. And then we bought back the BB, 900 of them at $1.47, $1.49, $1.50, and then the other 2,000. And this is the one that hurt us. Remember I said yesterday I took some chips off. I said, I closed 400 contract. I wish, part of me yesterday was like, get out of this. This thing's going to come down. But you never know. And the flip side, we could have been up another 400,000 today. So while this is high risk, I would rather, I think for right now, I'm going to stick to what I know works. And, have more of a basic plan. So a lot of questions, why did I write these in the money contract? So let me show you guys here. So if we go to our chain, and we'll look at Apple as a chain here, the premiums aren't there, which is good and bad. I mean, the good thing is when the premiums aren't there, it means the markets are pretty stable. You're not going to see drastic, 20-point, moves and stuff like that. Hopefully this will load. There we go. So, and then let's do 16 of them. All right. So Apple's sitting at $135. So if we look at the puts, if we wrote the 135, that actually has the most premium. And maybe that's what I should have wrote. If we bet on the 135 mark, Apple, could go all the way down. If we got 185 to $2, if you go to 133, we're basically covered. And on 500 contracts, we'd pick up $100,000. By coming up here into the money, the premium drops. It's only about 50 cents. But if Apple moves up, we're going to make more money. So I think Apple has the potential to finish this week above 139, 140. I think we're going to see. I was hoping to see a boost. It got as high today as 136.31. You can see in the quote right there. After hours, it's up a small amount right now. I think Apple, if Amazon and Google tomorrow are up 6-7%, from blowout earnings, I think Apple will participate and could go up 1 or 2%. If Apple goes up 1 or 2% in something that's already in the money, that stock's basically going to move dollar for dollar with it. So what I'm looking at, if Apple goes up 3 or 4 points this week, or we get it up, we're going to make a lot more money. I also only did 500 contracts because I wanted to alleviate the risk. So we, and like I said, we can roll. The good news is Apple's is marginable. We can roll them out. We can roll them up. We can roll them down. Hopefully this will pay off. Even if Apple goes to 137, we're going to pick up these contracts $2. So even on 500, we'll still make our $100,000. So there's a couple of different ways to play it, but that's why I'm playing it. Is I am anticipating Apple to go up a couple of points. I'm fingers crossed. We're hoping it goes up. I also hedged it by having 1,000 contracts of the 132 at, the 75, 80 cents that we wrote. So if Apple, so let's say Apple does fall 2 or 3 points, not what we're looking for, but with those 1,000 contracts, at least we have $80,000 on the table there in profit. So it's kind of a hedge. If Apple comes down 5 points, it's going to be ugly. We'll lose a couple of $100,000. We'll be rolling them out. We'll pick up those premiums and we'll be riding out the storm. But if you look at things and we look at the whole market as a whole, everything is pretty solid in the markets. Earnings are looking well. Vaccinations are rolling out, not rolling out as fast as everybody wanted them to, but they are rolling out. COVID is coming way down. If you look at the daily stats, deaths are coming way down. Hospitalizations are way down. Things are looking good. So some of those opening trades are probably to get stronger, here in the future. But short term, like I said, I felt this was a good move. And I like Apple. I know how Apple trades. I know how, I think with some market stability, where it all should go. Like I said, you could still see some pockets of some of these other people trying to, hold the line or run GameStop back tomorrow. But I can tell you right now, these market makers, they have more money than me and you will ever imagine having, and they can manipulate the trading firms, and that's what they've done. Trust me. If GameStop goes back to $400 tomorrow, watch Robinhood all of a sudden. We're limiting you to 1 share. Well, why? I mean, it's just a joke. And unfortunately, like I said, they have more money, more power, and more manipulation than we have. So you got to play these things, smart and logically. So that's why I did the Apples in the money, and I did some out of the money. So hopefully we hit on all of it, and it'll be nice. We'll get a nice $300,000 comeback. We can finish the week, up. We still have 3 days to go. It's still a long week ahead. Probably not going to make tons of trades coming up this week. Maybe we'll look to average down. I have a few that may have potential, like Naked, and we may jump back into SNDL and some of those. But it's hard to say because some of this stuff, like I said, it just moves so fast, and you just don't know where it's going to wind up, and stuff. And like I said, as a whole, we're doing great. I can't complain being up 12%. Like I said, definitely wanted to, be up more, but you never know. Just can't win them all. And sometimes you have to reset, swallow your pride, take the loss. But as sundial growers, I think there is some opportunity there to come back. Maybe I'll get back into that. It just depends. We sold out at 113. It's been much higher. It's bounced around. Maybe if it dips. The Sunshine Pharma, we probably should have sold that one. Of course, that one runs after. So it's funny, the ones that after we sell out in this down market. But you can't always second guess yourself. You just have to move ahead and be forward thinking and stuff. Also, everybody's been at CCIV up. There's all these rumors flying. That's another one we looked at, and you just never know. That thing's been as high as back up to 37, 38 today, and that thing can go just as quick back down to $20. And like I said, I didn't like it because the options on it, were the monthly ones, and it's just tough when you're tied into something for 3 weeks. I mean, you can obviously get out of it sooner if it runs and make profit, but it's tough, and it's definitely tough. So Jeff Schwartz in the house. You got all our YouTube sponsors. We got the Jeff Schwartz emoji there. It says CCIV interesting afternoon tomorrow, 204 Roman numerals 204 Lucid merger announcement imminent. Who knows? You just never know with these things. Rent slots. I probably sell half my Pinterest before earning. If I had Snap, I would do the same if they jumped tomorrow. Like I said, I think all these companies are going to do. really well on, advertising for the fourth quarter. I mean, it was through the roof. I told you guys that. So if these stocks are not near their highs or above their highs, they're probably a good opportunity to run, like you saw with Google. Unfortunately, Apple was at its highs, ran 14 points before it, and dropped, after earnings. But I think it's going to come back strong. Groupon, NIO is on sale. It had a fabulous January. Right now, raw materials and availability of the new solid-state batteries are the issue, not production. So, and NIO's around $55, I think $56 a share. Let's see. Penny, Mara, and Riot, my money makers again today, just jumping in on the dips. So, awesome. Hope you guys are all making lots of money. Let's see. Nikki, question. No, you're not a big in gaming, but I've noticed Bet Rivers or Rush Street Gaming has picked up many top poker players, and it looks solid. Thoughts? So, as we've said, the online gaming business is going to be big for these guys. The biggest problem in this is acquisition cost. They're spending, a couple of $100 to $500, $1,000 to get a new player. Well, a new player, if think of it like this: when a casino lures the Raja in, if it's just, let's say I didn't have a show and I was just a gambler of my level, they're going to spend, hey, come to my casino. We'll give you, a couple of $1,000 in free play, room, food, beverage, whatever they want to offer me to get me in the door. But that costs them money. If I come in the door and I don't gamble that heavy and they spend $4,000 or $5,000 to get me in the door with everything, and I, barely play or I win. I mean, obviously, if you win, if slots are based on a theoretical. So if you were to play $100,000 in a slot machine and the casino floor was set to a 10% hold, even if I walked out a winner and won $10 million, the casino hypothetically made $10,000. So if the casino spends $5,000 to get me in the door as a new customer, and I keep coming back and I really enjoy it, and I spend $100,000 through the machines, win or lose, that's worth $10,000 back to them. So that's how it's the same thing with these online gambling. They're spending a lot of money on these match bets. If you don't win your first bet for up to $500, they'll give you another matching bet for free. So they have a lot of acquisition costs there. Woofs, EXPR and Naked were tortured today. Cut my losses and put it where I know. Gnog. So I don't know. Everybody's saying Naked couldn't come back. Of course, the same people who are saying that GameStop, don't sell GameStop. But it's just hard to say. You never know. So JJ, I'm waiting for a TRVG stock to go up. Chaos, SBE is merging with Switchback in 9 days. I'm looking for 45 to 50. Easy money here, everyone. SBE, let's look at this one. SBE is merging with Switchback. SBE, I don't know who SBE is. Switchback. SBE is merging with Switchback. Well, this is Switchback, isn't it? So what? And so you're saying is the set price $40 or $50 or no, SPAC deal for $40 or $50? I don't know. I guess Chaos. Why do you think that? Let us know. Definitely. SPAC play. All right. Yeah. So all these SPAC plays are definitely out there. I want to see. Hold on a second. Woof said. Oops. The GNOG. Let's see what that one's at. GNOG. Golden Nugget. There we go. Yeah, so online gaming. Yeah, no, like I said, all these online gamings, there's great opportunity. If the stocks keep going, this one's about, in the middle of its highs and lows. It's been all over the map, it looks like. But if these stocks keep, the online gaming stocks, they have definitely a lot of potential and stuff. So. How about Amazon? Boss is gone. I know that was interesting. And I think after hours, Amazon was up to like 6-7%. They had blowout earnings. What's interesting too is Amazon, actually they've come way down. They were up a lot higher, but still, they're up. So that's a good sign. 35. So they're off their 52-week high. It'll be interesting where they go. Also interesting that Jeff Bezos, stepping down and stuff. that probably hurt the stock price from going up. The other thing that was interesting in the Google announcement is Google is losing billions of dollars still in the cloud space trying to catch up. So that was kind of interesting. I would have thought that by now they were catching up or they were making money in that space, but it said they're losing money. So, definitely some cuts there. And I didn't have a chance to really dive into the numbers fully on Google, but I was curious to see some of the breakdown and, YouTube revenue and some of that stuff, because like I said, they had, just a killer, election season and holiday season, especially, with so much stuff shut down. So Harry says, Raja, Microsoft had amazing earnings. Why not buy a long call or call spread if you are worried about time value decay? So one thing is, when you go long on these or you're playing longer terms, you're stuck waiting it out. Your most volatility and the biggest premium is everything that's the current week that you're playing. I've been looking at some stuff to buy some straight calls in, and especially like on Fridays, if the volatility comes out of some of these, and you come in and you buy 10,000 calls of something for 10 cents, or 1,000 calls for 10 cents, and it's pretty cheap, and the stock moves 2 points, and all of a sudden, they're worth $1, you can make a lot of money really fast with leverage. The problem is you can also lose a lot of money really fast, or, you just have to gamble. So, sometimes if we have more profits or, we continue to go up, then I'll say, here's 5,000 here, here's 10,000 here. Let's take some long shots. But we want to be semi-cautious. We took some long shots, obviously, these last 2 weeks. And at the end of the day, as of right now, we're up very little from it all. We're about even now for the last 2 weeks. And it has been mentally draining watching these things up and down and market manipulation. I've never in my 30 plus years of trading stocks had to deal with market manipulation where they actually go out of their way to screw you. I expect brokers and people, do things to screw us all the time, but not where they just change the rules, margin requirements. You can't buy this now. You have to call in to buy that. You can't only buy X amount of shares. Magically, we have no stock to short. It was just insane. And I can tell you right now, there's stock to short out there in these companies. They're just not allowing us to short it. They're holding it all. They're playing so many games, and it just makes it tough. So while the games are being played, we're going to stick to what makes money, and that we know is Apple puts to open and some different strategy around Apple. On the flip side, our Bitcoin is coming back. We put $50,000 into Bitcoin, and where are we at? We're at $45,322 today. Bitcoin's at $35,600 right now. So that's come back some. So that's, one thing that's on the plus side today for us, but overall, just a bloodbath. Can't complain. We've had some nice profits. We're still up, in the first month of the year, barely into the second month, but we're still up 12%. That's a great return. If our money was sitting in the bank, we wouldn't have made $50,000 this whole year. So still a terrific return. And I have a lot of confidence. Hopefully, like I said, it continues. To go up this week. I think Apple has a good possibility, especially with, such strong Google earnings. While they're two separate companies, they're very similar with some products. Obviously Apple has many more products than Google, but, they seem to go in parallel where if the NASDAQ starts running tomorrow, hopefully Apple, will join in. And like I said, if we can get 2 or 3 points out of Apple or more this week, we're going to finish the week really nicely, and all will be really good. If it doesn't go as planned, it's okay. It's Apple. We can just roll it out, and we will keep rolling it out until we have bigger and bigger profits and we catch the big one. But not too bad. So Steve says, what bank pays 1% a month? I want in. So no, what I meant, Steve, is for the whole year. So for the whole year in a bank, if we had the money there, we would have made maybe 50 grand if we were lucky. So being up 600,000, 12% in the first month of the year is still pretty good. We're still on pace, for 100% return. And we're going to knock, like I said, we're going to finish the year 15, 20. I'm going for $25 million. I'm going to make it happen. Definitely going to make it happen. Also, guys, don't forget about the Weebul challenge still going on. It started. If you as soon as you get your account approved, make sure you send it in. I just shared the link again, and it's been there. But make sure you get in there. Show us that you have zero. The 4 free stocks that you do get do count. If you get lucky and get some bigger stocks for the most part, most people are getting about $40 worth of free stock. So there you go. On a $100 investment, you get 40% right off the get-go. But they do, whatever free stock you get does count towards the challenge. You just can't start with more than $100, and you can't add any money to the account during the first month. If you want to be eligible for the contest, you can't add money. If you love Weebul, you're doing well, you want to put in $1 million, do what you want. Unfortunately, that would disqualify you in our Who's the Best Trader contest. It's just for fun. We're having fun with this contest. Also, guys, remember, all my stock trades are for entertainment purposes only. I'm just sharing with you what I do. Big shout out to all our Patreon members. We have over 100 and almost 110 Patreons now. So welcome, guys. They get all my trades in real time. And probably Thursday or Friday for sure this week, I've got it all set up now in the group. On our private Facebook page, I'm going to be doing live day trading for you guys to see. And I'm going to do it at a level, so I'm not going to do millions of shares or something crazy. I'm going to do it at a level where you guys are probably trading at, so you can see how to do it if you're only trading 10, 50, 100 shares. So I want it to be very easy, and I want everyone to be able to take advantage of it and stuff. So whoops, anything new you're watching? I'm watching a few things. I mean, I've been watching like CCIV and a couple. I was, shopping the premiums today with like Neo and some of those, and it's just the premiums are so bad. And it's also just risk. I like Apple. I know where Apple does, and I felt like if Apple can go up 2 or 3 points, we could pick up 300,000 on Apple this week, end the week nice, or set ourselves up for a great week next week. Let's stick to what works. Mysterious MM, $5 super chat. Raja, I love you. T and Brian in Denver. Please check out TSNP. It'll net you millions by end of year. It's PayPal, Amazon, Etsy combined global. TSNP. You can check it out for you. Net us millions. Do we have to put millions into it to net millions? Tesoro Enterprises. Look at the chart here. So this one looks like it just started going and definitely rocking. Any news on it? So nothing on it. TSNP. Well, definitely had a great day today. Definitely have to keep an eye on it and stuff. Let us know. Keep an eye on it. If you're on our Patreon group, make sure you put that on the in the Facebook private group so everybody else can see it. And let them know too. Some people have been posting some great stock tips. I saw some people on the silver short today did well. So that's why the group's there for you guys to share your picks, your thoughts, and different ideas. I try and intervene as well on different stuff and give my opinions. But unfortunately, today was a losing day. But I'm going to get it all back tonight, live play in the casino in just a couple hours, less than 4:30, 2 hours away. I am live in the casino. So all my big jackpot followers, make sure that you join us tonight from the casino. But that's the show. I don't know what else we have today. But Bonsai, let's see. Bonsai, I feel so dumb. I didn't know we had to sign up for in the Google form for Weebul. Bonsai. Yep. How would we know what you're starting with? So yeah, make sure you guys send a screenshot into to be in the Weebul contest. Make sure you send your screenshot that you started with a $100 so that we can document it. And then every week, you don't have to send it every week. If you're doing good or bad, send it every week because we want to update people. And you know what? We're gonna be bragging for you guys. You guys want some bragging rights? We're gonna let you guys know who's up, who's down, who's in the lead, so you guys know what the goals are. But thank you guys so much. Anybody who wants to be in it, no charge. Even if you don't want to be in it, you can sign up for Weebul. It's free to sign up. You don't have to deposit any money. Just get an account if you want to watch stocks, see what we're all up to and stuff. John, can you do the Weebul challenge from UK? If you can sign up on Weebul, you can do it. I don't know if they're available outside the US, but yeah, I mean, as long as you have an account, I don't care where you live. This is just, it's a fun contest for bragging rights. We haven't, maybe we'll have a trophy. I haven't decided yet. We don't have any set prize or anything. I just want to know who the best trader is, what you guys pick, and to see, what everybody's playing and stuff. But thank you guys so much. And hopefully tomorrow we'll have a better show, be back in the green again, because that's how I like it. And tonight, live play from the casino. Join me at Johnny Z Casino live in just 2 hours. And if you're not a gambling fan, well, I mean, you have to be a gambling fan if you're playing the stock market. But if you're not into the slots and everything, I will see you guys tomorrow for Raja Makes Money. You guys are my money makers. Make lots of money, and let's have another great day in the market. Take care.